So in the last session, we have seen the scripting. So we have, I'll just recap everything so that it will be easy to you. So we have two types of scripting. One is client-side scripting and the second one is server-side scripting. So under client-side scripting, we have UI policies and client scripts. So what exactly a client-side scripting does is, so it will, whenever a form UI means any change in the form or any fields, if you want to access any fields or you want to make a field mandatory, visible or anything like that, then we'll be going to the client-side scripting. But coming to the server-side scripting, the fields which are not visible on the form and any database operations related will come under server-side scripting. So UI policies, the first type in the client-side scripting. So what does this do? This makes a field read-only, mandatory, and visible. So in order to make these three, in order to meet these three conditions, we'll be writing the UI policies in the UI actions. So UI policy actions, we call them as. So I'll just show here. So let's take an example. So UI policy actions in which you can make a field mandatory, visible and read only. If you want to write any script whenever this particular condition is false, or if you want to try and script over here, you have a script tab in which you can run the scripts. And then the second type is client scripts. The types of client scripts are onload, on submit, on cell edit and on change. What does onload do? If you want to populate a field value on load of the form itself, let's say in the incident form you want to make sure that short description value is test by default, then you can populate that using onload client script. And on submit is for the validations of the form. Suppose while submitting a form or while updating the form, if any field is empty, you want to validate it, then you can actually go use the on submit method in the client script. And then coming to the on change, so whenever you want to change a field and that particular on change of that particular field you want to execute a script, then we'll be writing the on change client script. And coming to the on cell edit, which is unique apart from this, so this will be working on the list view of the incident or any table, the list view. So on in the list view, if you are changing any field value, then this particular on cell edit client script will work. So let me just show that as well. Let's just see that. So this is the form, and if you see here we have the four types: on change, on load, on submit and on cell edit. On change, on load and on submit works for the form view, and on cell edit will only work for the list view. And we also have the catalog client scripts, and catalog UI policies. So can anyone say why are we writing the catalog client scripts as we have the client scripts, right? Why are we actually writing them? What is the use?
Catalog items don't have any table or something like that, so we are using.
Yes. So basically these client scripts will be writing on particular table, but the catalog items, so for those items we don't have any table. Okay, each item has different variables. And yeah, Buji, can you mention what are the types of client scripts, catalog client scripts which we have? Types.
I don't remember exactly, but we don't have on cell edit. I think so. We have remaining those three.
Yes. So we don't have on cell edit, because this on cell edit is like will work on the list view of the table, but here the catalog items don't have any table because they have their own item and item specific variables which are not same to the all the catalog items. So we don't have on cell edit. So rest 3, which is on submit, on load and on change, will be applicable for the catalog client scripts. Is that clear? And coming
Yes.
to the Glide APIs which we use, the Glide form and Glide user are the APIs which we use. Yeah, someone has raised their hand.
Sorry, it's by mistake.
So the next one is the server-side scripting. So in server-side scripting, so we have business rules, background scripts, fixed scripts, and script includes. So in the last class, we have covered the business rules. So let me just open the form and explain you. Let's say this one in business rule. So if you see here, we have a business rule in which it is a table specific business rule. And coming to the when, so the when to run conditions. So we have 4 types of business rule. The first one is before business rule, after business rule, async business rule, and display business rule. So coming to the before business rule, so what does this do is I'll just give you a great ideas or like a easy way to remember what exactly a before business rule do. So before business rule is like whenever you save a form, and when the database means like when the record is being saved in the database means it's not yet saved into the database. Okay, then this particular before business rule will work. But whenever a customer gives you a requirement, you need to identify uh, what business rule is that. Then what you have to remember is here the condition and action will be on the same table. Let me give you an example. So on the incident form, whenever, yeah, someone has raised their hand. Oh, okay. So on the incident form, whenever my category is hardware, then the assignment group should be automatically populated as hardware. If you just see here on the incident form, whenever my category is hardware, then the assignment group should be automatically populated as hardware. So what does this mean? So if you see here the condition, what is the condition? Whenever my category is hardware, this is my condition. On which table? On the incident. Okay. Then what is the action? Assignment group should be automatically populated as hardware. This is the action. So the condition and the action is on the same table. Then we go for the before business rule. Is that clear?
Yes.
And coming to the after business rule. So what exactly after business rule does is the condition and action will be on different table, and condition is dependent on action. Let's take an example for this again. So whenever I submit an incident form with short description, incident form, then the related problem related problem whenever I submit a form, then the related problem record mm, should be copied from incident. So we'll be having a incident form, and whenever you submit that particular incident form, you'll have a short description. That short description should be copied to a problem record. Okay, the related problem record. So let me just show a incident form. So we have an incident form over here. So this is my incident form. In the related records, if you see, we have a problem. So where you can attach a problem record. So suppose let's say I'm attaching this. So whenever I save this particular incident form, this particular short description should be copied to the problem record. Short description. So here you have a problem statement. So this short description should be copied to problem record short description. So how exactly we can achieve this? Using an after business rule. Because the condition, what is the condition whenever you submit an incident form? What is the action? The problem means the incident records short description should be copied into the problem records short description. Okay, so the condition and action is on different table. One is on incident table and the other is on problem table. Condition is dependent on action, means whenever you are submitting a form with a short description, that same short description should be populated into the problem short description. So that is where we call it as after business rule. Is that clear? Yeah. So the next one is async business rule. So what does this async business rule does? Here the condition and action is on different table and condition is independent on action. So for this you can take an example. Whenever we create an incident record, then a user record is to be created or inserted, is to be inserted. So if you see here, whenever whenever we create an incident record, means incident is one table and user is another table. So the condition and the action is on different table. Condition is independent of action, means whenever you create an incident record, a user record is to be created, is to be inserted. That's it. Here there is no link between an incident record and the user record. We are not copying the content of incident record into a user record. So these both are independent. So this is how this async business rule works. Is that clear?
Yes.
And then the display business rule. So display business rule is totally different from the before, after and async. So here we'll be passing the server side data to the client side, and this only works on load of the form. Means what does this display business rule does is it takes the server side data and it holds that particular data. So on load of the form, it will display us the data. Okay, so here for this you can take an example. Whenever of an existing incident record is loaded, give an alert with the caller's email ID. So what does this do? So whenever you're loading an incident form, then it should give an alert of the caller's email ID. So if you see here, we only have the caller name, but we don't have the caller's email. So which is in the backend, it takes this particular email and stores in the G underscore scratchpad object, and then whenever you load a form, then it shows as an alert. Okay, this is where display business rule comes into the picture, and this will only work on load of the form. Means in the client side, in client scripts, only the type on load, only for that this display business rule works. Is that clear? So I guess we can move on to the next topic, the server side scripting. So we have seen the business rules and the glide APIs of the business in the server side. Can anyone mention them? Glide APIs which we use in the server side scripting.
Glide system, glide Ajax, and glide record.
Glide system, glide Ajax, and glide record. Okay, and still we have many. Okay.
Glide aggregate, glide date and time.
Yes. So now let's see the next topic, which is background scripts. So if you see here, background, we have under system definition scripts background, and this looks like this. If you So why actually we'll be using this background scripts is, so whenever you want to update bulk of the records, or if you want to update, or if you want to test something, so we can't just go and write the script and we'll be checking every time. If you will be running and you'll be checking, instead of that, if you see here, this background scripts is where you can actually code and check the answer right away over here. Okay, so this particular background scripts has a limit of updating a records up to 10,000. So we also have fixed scripts, which is similar to the background scripts under system definition. In the background scripts, once if you write the script and run script, then your script is gone. Means you can't save the script. So if you want to save a script, you have to write a fixed script. When you write a fixed script, then this particular background script or fixed script, this can be saved. So what is the major issue of this background script is, you can't whatever development you have done in the dev instance, you can't move these background scripts to the production. You can't migrate the update sets. So we have fixed scripts where whatever code you write here, you can actually copy them and create a new fixed script, and you have a script part over here, then you can paste that and save, so that you can actually move this particular record to the production. So in order to migrate the records, will be using fixed scripts. Else we can write the background scripts. So these background scripts are very easy and very you can actually quickly go and check your code here by executing. So let's now take an example. uh, what example? Yeah, so we have the incident table. Let's say we have the records over here. So whenever I want to get the incident numbers where the category is hardware. So what exactly we'll be doing is, I want to print all these numbers where my category is hardware on the incident table. I want to check them. So I can go and write a background script for that. So the first, I guess we have seen glide record syntax, which we have discussed in the last class. So the first line, whatever you write, will be, you'll be accessing the whole incident table. Whatever table name you write over here, you'll be accessing all the records from this table. And the second line, what you'll be writing, what condition we actually want whenever. So the category is hardware. So here you are getting this particular condition, means whenever my category is hardware, this will query only the records where the category is hardware. So this is called as querying. And then gr.query, in order to execute the above lines, we'll be writing this particular line. Only when you write this line, only then you can actually execute this add query. So once if I execute, and then I want all the records to be printed. So where gr.next is where it will actually, while is like it goes into the every record of this table and gets the number. So I want to print number. So gs.info. What does gs.info does is, it's same like it's printing. So in order to print, we'll be writing gs.info. The number is. So how do you actually access the number? gr.number means this particular gr. gr is the incident table which is storing all the records where the category is hardware, and you are querying it, and you are going into the every record and getting its number. Now if I just run this particular script, if you can see a UI action over here which is run script. Once if I run this, you'll be getting all the record numbers. So this is this number, this is this. If you want to print the short description, short underscore description of each record, short underscore description. So, okay, wait, short underscore description. So this is the short description of the records where the category is hardware. If you want, if you remove these two conditions and of the incident table, gr.query, only then it will execute. So it gets all the records short description. Okay, if you want the count of the records of the incident table, let's say, then you can get the count, but you'll have the methods. So you have to learn all the methods which will be easy to you in order to write the script. So we have gr.get row count. What does this do is, it will get the total number of records. So here you can write if, because only once if it runs, that's enough. So 104 records we have in the incident table. So like that, you can actually go and write a background script and then you can get the results. Is that clear? What is background scripts and how exactly you'll be writing? So what I want you all to do is, I'll just right, yeah, print all the records where the priority priority is 1 of incident table. Open your background scripts and try this particular line and let me know. Print them and show me.
Could you show the script which you have written now or paste it somewhere so that we can reference it and
Yeah, sure,
do?
sure. I'll just paste them first. In this meet, I'm pasting it. You can refer. Is it done? It shouldn't take this much time.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah, can you share your screen and show? Okay. Just run that. Yeah, just go.
Yeah, 1 minute I'm sure.
Yeah, run
Is
the
it
script.
visible?
Yeah. Okay. Now just go. Yeah, yeah, just go to your script again. Now what I want you to do is, so whenever the category is hardware, get all the records of the category hardware and update them to software.
Category is hardware.
Hardware. So in the while, I want you to update them to software. Try that. So you have the glide record and glide system methods. So see and try and share your screen again.
Okay.
Okay, I want all the category hardware records to be changed to software.
Okay. Once keep the question in the chat box.
Right, I'll just share. Yeah, I've shared the question. You can. Yeah, Kirtana, can you share your screen? I'll just see where are you stuck or
Okay.
stuck somewhere. No problem.
Here, I'm getting nothing like I'm figuring out where I did wrong.
Yeah, so the priority is fine. So GS dot next. So it's
It's,
not GS dot,
yes,
it's GR dot
it's
next.
variable dot next. Yeah, okay, I got it.
Yeah, try the second question as well.
Okay.
Yeah, Boji, did you complete?
Yeah, I read the previous one. I'm working on the next question.
Oh, okay, cool.
Rajshri?
All right. Well, we're at the end of our meeting.
Yeah, it's done.
But
Yeah, sure.
I think if we can just request Adam and Jonathan,
Okay,
and
sorry.
we'll send it to Kyle as well, that you review the language that we proposed in the document. If there are any updates or adjustments that you'd like to see that, do you think it'd be feasible to get us that back by maybe Tuesday of next week?
Yes.
Okay. And then we're still planning
it's
to work
here.
on this in the current sprint. So our current sprint does end on Friday of next week, but I think if we get feedback from you by Tuesday, we'll still have time to get these things in and get them completed as part of our sprint. And then we will take an action item to
Can you
look into the DUA and if somebody doesn't have access to ServiceNow.
Yeah, these are the results. The category has been updated.
I'll
You
make
can
a
see.
look if there's a way we can help. And then just a real quick update too. I know we had some technical blockers related to our integration to which was once you have
I didn't know the setting value thing, so I tried
Yeah,
googling, but
yeah, just share your screen. I'll explain. No problem.
so I just googled like set value. So I thought this will work, but it did not work.
Yeah, here actually we have to see the glide record methods. So you can just remove that and just. So it's like
So
a
when the
regular
set value
assignment.
will be used,
gr dot category. So gr dot category, why are we writing this? So all the records where the category is hardware, you're changing it to software. So gr dot category is equal to, and you have to make them software. Yeah, in the single quotes you have to make software, and then this will run only when you update them. So gr dot update is the method. Gr dot update with the brackets, it's a method. Now just run the script. So if you see here, the update 13 records were updated. So like that you can just see. So go to the incident records and refresh them.
yes.
So gr.update is the method where it updates all the records. Okay.
Okay.
The background scripts are clear now.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. So Nivas, did you complete?
Yes, I completed.
Okay. Then let's continue with the next topic, which is script includes. Very important topic of ServiceNow scripting. So script includes. So basically the script includes are like which stores the JavaScript, and this is not up to, I mean, like this is not uh, related to only one table. You can actually access these script includes in different tables at a time. So how exactly we'll be writing a script include is, so under system definition you have script include. So if you see system definition is an application, under this we have script includes. So this is the list view. Whenever you click on new, so here if you see we don't have any table name, so we are not mentioning any table name over here. So this particular script includes are like it stores the JavaScript, and this can be accessible either from a business rule either from a business rule or from a client script. Okay, so if you see here we have a name where you'll be providing the name of the script include. Let's say demo underscore one is my name, and then if you see the API name will be automatically generated. Global dot the name, global is where the application name, so it's in a global scope, that's why global dot, and the name is like demo one is the name, demo one. And coming to the accessible from, So here you'll be specifying the either it's from the all application scopes or this particular application scope only. And you also have a checkbox called client callable. So whenever you check this particular client callable checkbox, then if you see, I'll just erase this, I'll just refresh. So whenever I check this client callable checkbox by giving a name, is this not generates a wait for a moment. It shows a pre-script actually. Let me just go to the other instance quickly. This instance is not working. It provides us the pre-script actually. Why is that not visible now? Why is this not visible? Yeah, now it's visible. Oh my god, yeah. So if you just see here, demo1 is the name and the API name, and here a class will be automatically generated. Means demo underscore 1 is a class which is being created. It creates a class, and then demo1 dot prototype. So this particular script, whatever is there, will be automatically generated by a script include. So if I just click client callable, then it extends an object called abstract ajax processor. If I don't check this box, then it creates a class. Coming to the prototype, so this is this particular demo1 prototype which has a function called initialize. If we want to write any functions, we'll be writing here. We'll be defining again demo this and function like this will be writing. So here you'll be providing a comma. So how many ever functions you want to create, by giving comma you can create those many functions. And coming to the script includes, we have three types of script includes. So the first type is classless script include, or we also call it as on demand script include. So what does this classless script include mean is, this doesn't have any class and this is only accessible from server side scripts. What are the server side scripting locations which we have? Can anyone mention them? Server side scripting locations. Where all will be writing the
Business rule and data policy.
here. So there in that particular scripts will be using this script include. The classless on demand script include will be only accessible in the server side scripts. So the second type is the extend a new class. If you see here, extend a new class means the class, it's extending a new class. Suppose let me just see this. So it is extending a new class called abstract Ajax processor. So this is accessible from the client side scripting, only client side scripting. So we also have the other one, which is the extend a new class or existing class, this we call it as. And the other one is we call them as reference qualifiers. So the reference qualifiers is basically totally different from this. So we'll be writing the script includes, and will this particular reference qualifiers are like, suppose let me just take to your record. So you want to write on a reference fields any restrictions or any script to be executed on a particular reference field, then you'll be writing a reference qualifiers to that. In this script include, you'll be executing them and adding that into this particular reference fields. So you have a caller reference field, assignment group, and assigned to. So this works only on the uh, reference fields of the form. So reference fields of the form. So I'll just quickly open a PPT. So that so yeah. So what is actually a script include is basically it stores the JavaScript functions, and this will execute on the server side as well as client side. In the client side, we'll be using a API called Glide Ajax. Okay, and this script include will always be should be called from the another script. It can't run by itself. Okay, so under system definition, we have a script includes, and we also discussed what each field does. And the second one is, and the next one is, we have three types, which is the classless on demand, where this can only be run on the server side. And the next one is extend a new class, means adding a functionality to that, means the glide ajax, which will be called only from the client side. And the other one is define a new class. Yeah, so here the other one which I've missed is, it's actually four types. So the another type is define a new class, which is this you are seeing over here. Let me just uncheck this. So define a new class means it's creating a new class. This will be accessed again on the server side scripts. Am I clear up to this? Four types of script includes classless, extend a new class, reference qualifiers, and define a new class. We'll be seeing each one of them with an example as well. Is that clear up to this?
Is the Glide Ajax class server side class or client side class? We are using it in client side,
Yes,
right?
yes. So Glide Ajax is like server side only, because it is getting the data from the server side, and we are making it access into the client side. So Glide
Okay.
Ajax access both the server side and client side, we can actually say, when we exactly talk about Glide Ajax API.
Okay. We are using it in client side, but we are the operations are performing in the server side.
Server
All
side,
the operation.
exactly. You
Okay.
are right. So now let's
Okay.
see each one of them with an example. So the first type is classless. So what does exactly a classless is? So I just gave a name to this, and if you see here, we don't have any class over here. So if you see here, we have a class. So we have to first remove whole class which was defined by default, and we have to create a new function. So again, the function here, the function name and the name which you give here should be same. And here also you have to follow the naming convention. You have to not give spaces, or you have to not give a space and something something. So the name should be clear, and also you should not give space. Instead of space, you can write underscore, and the name whatever you write over here should be same as the function name over here. Okay, and here what am I trying to do is creating an incident record with the caller and short description. So how are we getting these two details? As I mentioned, this classless demo, classless script include will be accessible only from the server side scripts. So we have business rules in which you can actually write the scripts. So classless demo. So the first thing we have to do is we are writing it on an incident table. On the incident table, make it active. And if you just go here, so here also we are mentioning, so whenever my state is this is not required actually, so this is also not required. Oh, wait. So actually this particular example is where whenever a problem record where the state is new and the category is hardware is inserted, then what exactly should happen is it should insert a incident record with this caller and a short description. And here we also gave the other parameter which is category. Is my requirement clear?
Yes.
So here, so the condition is on one table which is problem, and the action is being done on the other table on incident, and the condition is and action are dependent. How? Whenever the state is new and the category is hardware, only then you have to perform this particular action. So if you see here, this classless demo is exactly the same name of a script include. And here we are passing three parameters, which is caller, short description, and category. So if you go to your business rule, classless demo. So caller is the sys of the caller, and short description, create a new incident, and category, the backend name of hardware. Okay, and if you see here, how do you exactly create a record? So the first thing what you have to do, you have to glide the incident table, means you'll be getting all the records from the incident table. Then you are initializing a record with empty fields. Initialize is a method which initializes a record with empty fields, and then you are assigning them, means gr.caller underscore id is caller, means whatever we are passing from a business rule should be that particular caller, and short description whatever you are passing that, and then category whatever you are passing from the business rule. And then so whenever you write this particular gr.insert, only then the record gets inserted into your incident table. Let's try this. So make it active. This is active, then
I have a doubt.
yeah.
Like, if you are using sysids in the scripting, or like using sysids anywhere, the sysids can like will be changed from one environment to another environment, right? Like in dev they will have one sysid, and in test they will have other sysid. Then how is this going to work?
So we have another method, like you can give the uh, like the name over here, and then you have get display value. So as of now, we are giving the sysids because we have only one instance, but the best practice is where you have a method called get display value, or you also have the other method where you will be getting you will be getting the name over here, and you have the other method. Let me just think. Yeah, set display value. I guess this is the other method which we have. So you can set a display value like able tutor. So once if you write this set display value, then it sets the display value. Instead, here you can actually, you're not passing the SysID, you're passing his label. So display value, you can use that method.
Okay.
Yeah, set display value. So let me just insert a record in the problem table where the state is new and the category is hardware. Category is hardware and the state is obviously new. Test and then save. So once if I save, so this is the record just now which got created with the able tutors SysID. I gave the able tutors SysID and the short description and the category hardware. So this particular classless script includes are for the small requirements where you need not do much complications, and this will be only working on the server side scripts. You can't write in the client side scripting. Then next, let's move on to the next type, which is
Manishwini, I have a doubt. Like, you have used double quotes in business rule. Does the meaning change while we use single quotes and double quotes?
where let me check. Yeah,
While calling it, you have used double quotes here,
huh.
right? If you use single quotes, that does the meaning change for
No,
single quotes and double?
no,
No,
no.
you can use it.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, thank you. Okay.
So the next type is define a new class. Let me just open a script include. Class. Yeah, this is the smallest example which I could actually get, but yeah, this is again. So for an example, it's just an example. For the requirement practice, we'll have the complex requirements. So just to understand and make it easy, I'm just explaining a small example over here. If you just see here, the new class, define a new class is where the prototype itself, it gets created up to this it gets created. You can either use the existing function called initialize function, or you can define a new function of your own. So here I gave the name called demo and the function with two parameters a and b. And then if I want to add something and print that using a business rule, so here if you just see, this script include is only uh, this script include is not particular to one table, but once if you go to your business rules, this business rules will be defined only to one particular table. So demo new class is the one, I guess. Okay, just wait. Just see. See if it's there. Yeah, we can go with this example as well. This looks fine, and this, let me just see this. Now this also looks fine. So let me just go and create a new business rule for that. So as I mentioned here, this is up to only one table incident, and let me just click in this and advanced. Let's take on update. So here you have to access this particular script include. In order to access a script include, which is a class where you have a class over here, basically first you have to create an object for that. So where object is equals to your script include name new, and what is our script include? Demo new class. So demo new class. So if you just see here, you can actually directly, when you click, you can directly open to your script include which was created. So this was the script include which we are working on, and you want to access demo function. So then you'll be accessing object dot demo, and then it's a method. So this. So let me just save this. So on update, we'll be getting this particular info message. What is that? Yeah, this is the info message which we'll be getting. So let me just show a simple example. Incident. Let me refresh and change it to inquiry and save the record. Not a number. Oh, I have to pass, sorry. So here if you see a comma b, so we have to pass some numbers into this. So demo 5 comma 8 for now. So this is how add info message is working. So why exactly am I doing this is, so script include can be accessible on the different tables. So let me just do this for the problem table, and yeah, problem, and let's define another function where it's demo underscore 3 function. Let me a comma c comma d is the variables, and then here let's try doing var is equals to b minus e, and let me just make this as e. So why am I writing in one script include? I can write many functions and access them. What function you want, you can actually access onto which table you want to access them, you can actually access them. So if I just give like this and save this, I'll go to a problem table. This is the one, and on updating, disk and save. So yeah, so in one script include you can define many functions and then you can access them from different tables. This is the simple example, but like this it won't be the requirement. We'll be having the requirements. I'll be posting those in our assignments as well. So let's move on to the next.
Can we use the script include in client side too?
I didn't get you.
Can we use the script include which we have demoed, which you demoed
No,
in clients? No. Okay.
no. Now we'll be seeing how actually we'll be using in a client side. So let me open the one, the Jax demo. This one. Yeah. So let me just explain you how exactly the glide Ajax works and the this one works. So first let me first show you this. Yeah, calling a script include from a client script. Basically we'll have a predefined script. Means I'll just show you that as well. So this is the predefined script. If you see in the client side, what we'll be doing is we'll be creating a glide Ajax class. Means it will actually, this will be creating this, and you'll be providing the name of your script include. Means whatever script include you'll be writing, you'll be defining the script include name over here. In the second line, add param. What does this do is it adds the parameter. Means syspam underscore name, which is the defined backend. Means the glide ajax, whenever you'll be using a glide ajax, this is the syntax you have to follow. So syspam underscore name is where it access the function which is created in a script include. And the next one, syspam underscore the parameter name. So whatever parameter name you give, either the user or the name, whatever you give, it actually it will be storing the value which you will be passing from client to the server. So how exactly this is being working is you will be passing the client side data to the server side. In the server side, you'll be accessing the data and modifying, or you'll be checking them and send the result back to the client side. This is how it exactly happens in the script include of client side. You'll be sending the client side data. In the server side, you'll be accessing. Means in the script include, you'll be accessing the data, and you'll be checking the valid one or the modifying the data, and everything you'll be doing the backend, whatever operations you want. Everything you'll be doing in the script include. And then the final result which was returned, that you'll be passing to the client side again. So if you see here the second parameter, so the first one you are accessing the script include, the second thing you are accessing the function in which you wrote a code, and then the third one you are sending the data. Means from the client side you are sending the data, and then get XML. So whatever is the data which is being sent from the server side will be in the format called XML. So how XML will look like is, this is how the XML looks. So XML, so you'll be having all the sysids or the types, everything. So we have an attribute called answer. In this particular answer, everything whatever is being returned from the script include will be stored. This is where you'll be accessing them. Answer is equals to response dot response XML. Again, this particular line of code you have to remember because it's same for all the script includes. The whole part is same, only the names of the script include, the name of the function, the name of the parameters will be changing. So response.xml dot document element dot get attribute means this particular attribute called answer, you'll be accessing that, and then you'll be printing or you'll be showing in the client side. Okay, let's actually see with an example so that
Manishwar, I have a doubt. You, there is an answer in that. Is that will that answer will be the same for all the scripts? I didn't
yes,
understand this on-read answer. Okay.
yes. So this is the XML. It will be same XML, but whatever will be returned from the script include will be stored in the answer attribute.
Okay.
So
Okay.
this
Okay.
result will be differing, but the attribute answer is the same for all the script includes. Okay.
The question is, I need to use the answer as the same variable to store the result, or
Yes.
can we use the different
No,
one?
no, it's the same because the attribute, okay, here you're talking about this answer, or this answer.
The answer over here at the with
Yeah,
double columns.
in the double colons, it's the same answer you have to write because if you see here, get attribute, getting the attribute of answer. So here from the XML, this is the XML which will be same for all, only the answer result will be different. So this
Okay.
answer
Okay.
is this answer will not change, but this answer you can change, means the variable ABC
Okay.
or like that you can change. We'll just see an example, it will be clear to all. So whenever you're writing a client side script include, means the script include which should work on the client side, then you have to check the box called client callable. Only if you check this box, then the script will work on the client side. So let me open the client script as well. Client scripts, which is demo Ajax. So what am I trying? What is my requirement is whenever I change the caller, I want to print the caller's email ID on the info message, or I want to show alert. Anything is fine. So here I am actually printing from the info message. So whenever I change the caller, then I'm actually printing the caller's email ID. So how exactly we are doing this is, excuse me. So the first line, as I mentioned, will be writing the script include name. My script include name is Ajax demo. So whenever I open this definition, then here is my script include. So, and the next one is the function. So in this script include, we are accessing demo function, and syspalm name underscore name is same for all the client scripts. Only this particular function name will be differing. So the function name is demo. If you see here in our script include, demo is a function. Okay. And then you are actually passing the new value. What does this new value mean? You're sending the data from the client side, means the caller's new value, whatever you are changing, like from able tutor to Beth, the new value is Beth. So that Beth value will be sent to the server side scripting. So from there, how exactly we are accessing this? This dot get parameter. So this dot get parameter will actually get the parameter from what? From syspalm user. The name whatever you define over here should be same as here. The add param, the first parameter, if you see syspalm underscore user, that should be same as syspalm underscore user, means it is having the value which is being sent from the client side. So you are getting the data from client side to server side. Now what exactly we have to do? We have to print the email of the client of the caller. So again you have to go to the user table. You're accessing the user table, and then you are finding the match for that particular user. Means the sysID should match to the caller's sysID. Okay, so the caller, here you are adding the query, and then in order to execute the above queries, we are writing gr.query. And if we find that particular match, then what are we exactly doing? We are printing the email is this one, gr.email, and we are returning this result. So whenever you return a result from server side, this will be captured in the XML, which is get XML, and here you are actually writing your callback function. My response is a function. You're again callbacking that, means you're calling it back function my response with a some variable. So this variable and this variable should be same, and you're storing it in an answer variable, or you can actually say ABC as well. Anything is fine. Here get attribute answer, means as I mentioned, in this answer attribute, the actual answer which was returned from script include will be stored. And then let me just save this. If I just reload the form, I'll change this to this. If you see, the email is this, and again if I change to the other guy, and then if you see the email, so how exactly we'll be doing this using a client script and the glide ajax. So what I want you all to do is practice this particular part as many times as you want, because whenever you practice this, only then you will be remembering, or you can save it somewhere so that you can access that.
Can you please open this script include?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. What is this type like in the
Yeah.
14th?
So what does this do is, so you want to access this script include in the client side, or you want to access exactly this particular script include. So type is one which actually says this type. So this is the type called Ajax demo. That's it. So we have no use of it. Once if you remove, this doesn't work because you can't access this. In order to access any script include, this is a pre-built
Okay.
syntax
Okay.
called type. It's like
Okay.
a property. If you hover it, it's a property.
Okay.
And each and every script include property is being defined, means it is being different. So how is by defining this? It's a predefined script. We did not do it.
One more dot. What we are returning here?
We are returning this result. A means
Result.
this
Okay,
thing.
but we are not using any like we haven't write any g underscore from form dot add info message. We wrote the message. We are going to print the message from here itself. What is the need of returning the value from here?
Means you are actually so yeah, good question. So what am I actually telling is, so you want to actually print the result on change, means before you save the record. Okay, on the change of the caller you are actually printing, but using business rule, can you do that? On change of a caller, can you do that using business rule?
No.
Yeah, so in order to achieve this kind of requirements, exactly we'll be writing the client side, and you are accessing the server side data. Okay,
The question is we are accessing, we are returning the value, but we are not using it in client side. No.
okay, then you can actually write the alert if you want. Alert, let me say A, and then this. But actually
Okay.
here, let me just remove the add info message and then return this directly.
Yeah. Okay.
Return
Okay.
gr.email. Let me just save. alert alert ABC. So this is the variable which we have
Yeah.
created, and here we are
అవి కాస్కో పెడతారు సేమ్ కాస్కో పెట్టినప్పుడు కొనుక్కుంటాను నేను అండ్
let me just
తొమ్మిది డాలర్లకి ఎలా పెడతారు అప్పుడు తీసుకుంటాను
just pause it.
నువ్వు అడిగిన అంటే రావట్లేదు హారిక
Running the other some other client script.
ఓకే ఓకే
అంటే అలా స్కిన్ టైట్ కావాలన్నా లేకపోతే కింద బూట్ లాగా రావాలన్నా
Oh, why is it that?
కింద కంప్లీట్ అంటే కష్టం ఒక ప్యాంట్ కొన్నాను
So how exactly we'll be writing it? That is
Okay, okay.
giving the alert
ఓకే ఓకే
in something other than.
Yeah, I understood. No problem. It will exceed our time. We can go for the next one. I understood.
Yeah. Kirtana, Nivas, is that clear?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes, but like I need to follow because like I was absent last week.
Okay. Uh, okay then. Let me just go to the next one, which is a reference qualifier. So what exactly a reference qualifier is? On the reference fields on the table, we'll be actually writing this reference qualifier. Means here again you'll be using the script include, and then if you just see here, let me just open an example for you and show. I have many requirements. So from next class, we have to actually go through them. Yeah. So here what is my requirement is, so on my incident form, if you see here, I'm system admin, right? And let me just refresh this. So if you see here, we have 37 records. Actually, I guess it's already being written. Actually, let me just remove that. It's not there. Okay. Just let me open the other instance. So this is my incident record. So whenever I see the caller records, so we have 143 records. So they'll have a restrictions, and the requirements will be like this. So whenever my am system admin, so the logged in user is of finance department, so for every user we'll have a department which is linked with them. So I'll just show that as well. This user dot list. Let me bring the department onto the list view. So we have different departments over here. If you see product manager, customer support and all. So let's see for admin. So this is the admin. Admin is of finance department, and let me show margin for that. So we have 35 records where the department of a logged in user is this. So as I'm a system admin, my department is finance. Then in the caller record, in the caller list, I should only see the members who are related to my department. Okay, if I log in as able tutor, so able tutor is of product department, let's say, only the records where the users of product record department should only be visible. So we are actually working on the reference fields of the form. Then we'll be writing a script include a reference qualifier. So let me just show you that example. This is the one. Yeah. So what exactly we are doing? We are writing, giving the name, and the predefined script gets created, and we are creating a function called department, in which we are actually accessing the whole user table, and then getting the logged in user ID. Means in this ID, it will actually go to the user table and check for his sys ID. Whenever this particular sys is matched, then it gets the department and it is returning the department. So all the users who are of this department will be shown into the reference field. So let me just show you that. So we have to create a script include. First for that, include the system definition. Oh shit. This is my name, so I'll give the name, then save this. So yeah, script includes will not run without calling. So somewhere you have to call this script include. So how exactly will be calling that script include? So you have to first go and configure the dictionary of the caller, and then you have to write this script. Means JavaScript colon new your script include name dot the function name. Means here my script include name is caller department and my function name is department. Let's go to the table. So this is my caller. You have to click on configure dictionary, and then so if you see here we have reference specifications, and again reference qualifier is of three types: simple, dynamic, and advanced. So what does simple mean is you can directly add a condition. Means suppose let's say only the users of where the active is true, only the active users should be visible. Once if you save, then in the caller particular field you can only see the users who are active. And here this simple is based on the conditions. Okay, and the second one is dynamic. Dynamic is where you will be defining the script. Means you will be defining the filter previously. Means I'll just show dynamic filters. So if you see here under system definition, we have dynamic filter options, in which you'll be creating a new filter. Let's go. This is again the reusability, for the purpose of reusability department, and then script. What script we should write? JavaScript colon new, and the script include name. What is our script include name? Caller underscore department dot the function name. What is the function name? Department is our function name. So where is that? Oh, cancel. Department is the function name. And then field type is a reference field, and you have to, it should be available in the filter, and it should be available for the reference qualifier, and let's give the order as some 100 and then save. If I save this and if I go here, refresh this, let me reload, and I select the dynamic, slow down. So yeah, we have to specify this as well. Roles is admin and ITIL, so that this will be visible to them. In order to add, let me just select everything that it will be visible. Incident is our table, we have to specify this as well. Save. So everything is clear from this side. Then we can go here, refresh it again. Now it should actually work. Oh, it's not visible. Why is that so? So from here again, you can actually access that caller department as well. The filter which you have created, you can actually access that. So I'm just checking how. I'll just check this, why it's not happening. Should work. And the next type is advanced, in which you can directly give the script over here and save. Now let me go to the incident form and check. And create new. So whenever I am trying to create, now if you see, we are getting only 35 records, where it's taking my department and actually it's checking for the condition, and whenever who all are relating to my department, only those users are visible. Is that clear? I'll just check why the dynamic was is not working. I have this on another instance.
Can we use the dynamic in different tables, the single one you have created?
Yes.
But the thing is, in reference type, we use the incident table. But if you use that in problem, it will affect. It won't work. I think so.
Yeah, this is the how you have to write. So here you should not write JavaScript, and the other thing you have to give reference table is sys user, means it should work on the user table. So the
Okay.
field, the incident, the caller field, caller is referring the user table. So here also the dynamic filter should be on the user table.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry for that. Yeah. So the script here and the reference table, and roles is of our wish. You can give any roles, and it should be available for filter. It should be available for reference qualifier. So this is where you can actually go to the caller. Let me just show incident configure dictionary. Okay, and then if I just select this as dynamic and then caller department. So dynamic filter, whenever you use this, so you can use this particular filter in many tables. Suppose you have requested for in a problem table, in an RITM you have requested for. So for those fields also you can actually go and write this. So this is all about the scripting flutes.
I have one more doubt in configure dictionary.
Yeah, sure. Tell me.
Can you please open? Like you can see the attributes there in the top. Like what does that mean in the top? Like oh yeah, that's those. What does that mean? What is the use of the?
This is behavior or the functionality removed from the field. So these are the attributes of this particular incident table. So I'm not sure about this. So I'll just check
Yeah.
and will let you know.
Okay.
Get back
Thank
to
you.
you on that.
Okay.
Yeah. Any questions up to this or any queries? Kirtana, Nivas, Bujji.
No.